Hello FlossTube, my name is Sarah, I'm from Memphis, and this is my channel about cross stitch. Welcome, welcome. Today is Thursday, September the 5th, and I'm pretty sure this is FlossTube number 38. Maybe it's number 39. No, it's number 39. I was wrong. Okay, so, woo, great start. But typical, right? So, I'm glad to be back. August just came and went, right? Super busy. I know everyone has people back to school. Summer's winding down. I mean, it's supposed to be really nice here in Memphis this weekend, but it's been hot. I know my hair is a hot mess, and it's just like, if I got hot while I was getting everything together to do this floss tube, and you know, if I had to go deal with the hair before I did this, it just was not gonna happen tonight. So this is how it goes sometimes, y'all. So welcome. If you're new, welcome to the channel. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back and hanging out with me for a little bit. I have a lot of things to go over. Maybe not as many WIPS as I would have liked to have touched over the last month. But I mean, I feel like I was literally just thinking this driving in the car earlier today that, you know, man, just wish there were more stitching hours in the day, because there are so many fabulous things out there that I want to stitch. I don't know. I hope that you all found something fun at the needlework marketplace that just came out, and I really don't have a clue why the dogs are barking now, of course, because, you know, just because probably a cat walked across or something. Sorry about that. And they're going to continue to bark. But I hope someone found something fabulous. I know I found some fabulous things from Needlework Marketplace. I put in an order with GaRon Stitchery, and I should be getting my goodies just any day. I'm super excited to see those charts that I ordered. So yeah, I hope that you all found some fun stuff too. Okay, so let's just get down to, well, I'm going to say the stitching, but just a few little life things that are going on. We had a big, like, extended family wedding this past weekend, so I got lots of Mimi time with my boys. We just had a great time. I will say, my husband and I were in charge of my grandson, Brooks. He's 2. And then I have another grandson, Rhodes, and he's about to be, he's 6 months old today. So, but Brooks, the 2-year-old, was the ring bearer in the wedding. This was not a children wedding, but it was held at a Catholic church, and we had a cry room and all of the things. So we didn't disturb the wedding per se, but I had to get those 2 boys ready to go to the wedding. And it was a black tie wedding, and the boys are dressed all in white. Yes. That's the first thing. And if you're had any experience with small children in white garments, well, you know how that just like strikes pure terror in your heart, because it's a wedding and there's family pictures, like professional family pictures, and they have to be kept, you know, as spotless as possible, and somehow maintain sanity throughout the whole ceremony. But the thing that got to me were the buttons. I had a major flashbacks to my daughter's wedding when she's standing in this party bus about to go into the reception, and I'm in the dark, and she's like, all her friends are around her holding her dress up, and there were all these little tiny buttons up underneath that I had to button her train up to. I mean, talk about, and people were holding their cell phones with the lights. It was a whole scene, right? I had flashbacks of that because my 2-year-old grandson, who was the ring bearer, had this beautiful white, you know, classy little outfit on that's like, has 2 rows of buttons top to bottom. And the baby had this beautiful, beautiful outfit on, and then he had buttons all the way down the back. And of course, they're like flopping fish, right? Like they're just little. I mean, they don't stay still. Yeah, I told my husband, I'm like, I'm about to have a nervous breakdown over these buttons. Managed to get everything buttoned. Nobody messed up their white clothes. The ring bearer, with the help of my husband, his Papa J, made it down the aisle. Ring was delivered. We did not disturb the ceremony. Everything went a-okay. So that was a huge success. Yes, yes. It was a beautiful wedding, and we're very happy for Brad and Grace. And yeah, so that was my crazy last weekend, and so that did cut into some of my stitching time, of course. This weekend, I'm excited because my husband and I are going down to Orlando. We're flying down Saturday morning. We're going to meet up with my friend Leanne and her husband Adam. You may know Leanne from Instagram, Leanne Stitches. She also is Forbidden Fiber Co. They're down there celebrating her birthday, and we're going to meet up and go to dinner and go to one of the parks. And then on Sunday, my husband and I, we've never gotten to go this time of year before because both of my kids always played major fall sports. So we just couldn't leave on fall break. They always had a tournament or a game or something stupid on fall break. So we never got to go. And fall at Disney is a whole thing, right? It's like decorations. They do the whole Halloween thing, not scary Halloween. We're going to be attending a party called Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And the thing is that at Disney, it is against the rules for adults to dress up at Disney World in costumes, okay? Except for the Halloween parties, or like, yeah. So you see little kids all the time running around with a princess dress on or whatever, but the only time adults can dress up is at the Halloween parties. Or maybe they can do it during the season. No, I think it's really just at the parties. And there are rules about it, of course. But so kind of what people have done to adapt is this thing called Disney bounding. I know it's probably a really weird term for someone who doesn't, live the Disney life. But so basically what it is like, okay, for example, I'm going to go to Disney as Snow White. All right. So I'm going to wear a blue shirt and like a yellow athletic skirt, because Snow White's dress is blue on top, yellow on the bottom. I am going to wear some Snow White Mickey ears, and which you wouldn't necessarily always do that when you're bounding. Sometimes you just kind of stick to really kind of regular clothes. I might grab a picture off the internet and just kind of show you what I'm talking about up here. And then I've got some really cute little socks with some red bows on the back. And anyway, basically, and I got some Snow White earrings. So I'm going to be Snow White. My husband is going to be my prince, which Snow White's prince is not Prince Charming, believe it or not. That's Cinderella's prince. He has a different kind of a unique name. And so my husband did not want to wear a costume. Of course, it is going to be like 100 degrees and humid, right? And raining, I'm sure. And so Athena, Stitching Goddess Designs, she makes fabulous shirts. She helped me create a t-shirt for him to wear. And basically it says her prince on it. It's got an apple on it. Anyway, we're going to do that. And then we're going to go to Epcot one day and do the Food and Wine Festival. So I'm very excited to be doing that this weekend. So that's no stitching time over the weekend. Well, maybe needlepointing, not stitching. But anyway, so that's kind of like exciting things that's going on around here with me. One more super exciting thing, and then I'll get right into the stitching. I'm so sorry. So I've got GaRon's Stitchery Stitching in the Wild retreat coming up, which is going to be the first retreat I'll have been able to attend this year. I'm super excited. I'm going to be there at Weekend B. That's down in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm heading down with my friend Christy. She's local here. She's also a cross stitch designer, Salty Stitcher Designs. And she had some cute stuff come out at Needlework Marketplace as well. And I'm excited to get to see my friend Lisa down there, Cross by Floss. Super, super excited. So I'm excited about that. And then I found out, okay, I made, things just work out sometimes, right? And so I'm going to get to go to the Sweater Weather retreat up at the end of October. And that is hosted by Colleen Rebel Stitcher. It's up in Philadelphia, and I'm super excited. I didn't get to go last year because like 2 days before I was supposed to leave, I got COVID. So I had to cancel, and bummer, but everything's kind of fallen into line, and so I'm going to get to go to that retreat. So I'm super excited about that. I've never been to Philadelphia, and I'm going to get to see all kinds of people that I haven't seen in quite some time. And I've got fun travel plans with my friend Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitives. We're gonna fly up together because Memphis, it just doesn't have very good flights. Even though we're an international airport, everything is like super expensive and bad times, and there's no nonstop flights. We're like 3 hours up in Nashville. They have all the nonstop flights and all the good prices and all the good times. And basically I'm gonna drive up that way and fly up with her. So I mean, driving up there and spending money on gas, all the things, still cheaper and less time than just flying out of home. So tell me why that makes sense. I don't know, it stinks. But anyway, all right, so yeah, so plenty of more of that stuff to be coming up soon, and I'll get you all filled in on that. Otherwise, everything else is okay. Going good. I'm excited to spend some time with my husband. We haven't gone anywhere by ourselves since like last October when we went to New England. So yeah, yay. Long overdue. All right, stitching. I had one finish since I've seen you last. And I'm sure you knew it was coming. So I'm hosting a stitch along called #TheBerryBasketSal with my friend Jen Nasca on Instagram. And basically what we did was we started these berry baskets by Hands On Design in the month of July, because July was National Berry Month. Started with blueberry because I started mine on National Blueberry Day. And then I went to strawberry and finished up with blackberry. They were super fun to stitch. Loved them. I used the called for fabric and the called for DMC. I don't know if Kathy's going to come out with any more of these, but I wish she would because they're super cute. So since I've seen you last, I finished blackberry. That's the blackberry. Now I really hoped to have these FFO'd for you all, but honestly, my stitching room is a bit of a mess, and that's an understatement. And I have a lot of crafting and finishing stuff that I need to get organized much better so I can like see what I have and like pull stuff out and work on it and then actually be able to put it away. And so my lack of organization and my just general mess right now has kind of prevented me from doing some FFOing, and my stack is growing. So yeah, it's kind of major on my radar to do some organizing, cleaning out, making stuff accessible for when I want to FFO, I can. Because I've accumulated over the years quite a decent stash of things to FFO with, whether it's, you know, backing or fabrics, cording, mat board, stuff to cut with, stuff to iron with, you know, all the things. So yeah. So I would like to get these FFO'd. I did actually order the little felt to go on the top from Benzie Design. Isn't that cute? I'm going to try to FFO them just like they are pretty much. I think I might actually even have some ribbon that's very close to that. So yeah, that's the game plan. Maybe by the next time I see you, maybe not, but that's the game plan. There's no end to this stitch along, so if you'd like to join us, just #TheBerryBasketSal, tag Jen and I on Instagram so we can see your progress. This is fun. I really enjoyed following along, and make sure to tag Kathy from Hands On Designs in that too. She likes to see them too. She asked that you all do that. On the back of the pattern, I think she says to use, I can't remember what she says to use, but you can do Hands On Design, or you can do #Berry Baskets and all the things. Okay, so that was my only finish. I imagine I'm gonna have some FFOs next time I see you. I've sent a few things off to the framer, and I have a friend working on some pillows and a flat fold finish. So I'm hoping to have that stuff back next time I see you. All right, I did have some new starts, a few, not a ton. I didn't go crazy. One thing I did though was that I really tried to do that #Stitch the Olympics, okay? That was hosted by the Naptime Stitcher. It was a great idea. I got everything set up. I chose all of my projects. I chose them from my WIPGO board, my WIPGO Walk of Shame board that I'm just failing miserably on again. I chose all my projects. They correlated with all the prompts, yada, yada, yada. And I got about maybe 4 days in, 5 days in, and then I'm like, what am I doing? Reality check, okay? Because I have that stocking for my grandson Brooks that I need to have completely stitched by the time that I leave for Oregon to visit my aunt. And my mom's gonna come and we're just gonna do fun girl stuff, but my aunt is going to help me make it into a stocking. So I have to have the stitching done. I did not have time. I was spending like all my stitching time doing these different projects every day. And while it was really fun, I quickly realized, well, it took me 4 or 5 days to realize that, okay, I'm not getting any stitching time on the stocking, and that has got to be my focus. So basically the past month, I mean, I really have concentrated a lot on the stocking, and kind of everything else that's fallen in has kind of been like a treat, because I'm going to go over the stocking with you all in detail. The stocking is a whole thing, and sometimes I need a break, but not that much of a break. Not like every day I need to work on a new different project that's going to consume me because I haven't touched it in like 2 years or a year or more or whatever, that I just want to, oh, I really want to stitch on this, and then that's all I stitch on. That's what I was doing. So get back to where I was. New starts. One of my new starts was like the first day of the Olympic stitching, and I'd chosen this new start, so I did start it. I didn't get a ton done. It was probably like a work day or something like that for me, like a long work day or whatever. But so I started Snow Angel by Lone Elm Lane. I love this chart. It's beautiful. I have this Lone Elm Lane shaker box to go on, for it to go on when I finish it. And it's not a huge chart. It is stitch count. Oh, what is it? Oh, of course it doesn't say. But the design size is like 7 1/8 inch round. So, you know, it's not huge. Anyway, love it, love it. I think the only thing I'm going to change on it is I'm going to change that. I have a yellow lab, so I'm probably going to be changing that black lab to a yellow lab. And when I went to Country Sampler, which I hope that you enjoyed my video, my last video about the LNSs I got to visit this summer. I had so much fun. But when I went to visit the Country Sampler, Krista helped me pick out a beautiful piece of fabric. It is a 36 count Shabby by Shakespeare's Peddler. The called for was a Lakeside Linens Ale, and so that just, they didn't have that. It's hard to find that. So that's my big amazing start, y'all. Yeah. This is a 36 count, so I am stitching this 1 strand of floss over 2 linen threads. And these are the kind of like, it's just a mix of over dyes, so they're pretty. Yeah. Oh, that's where I am. Hopefully, once things settle down with the stocking and I can do some Christmas stitching, I will get back to working on that, because I've wanted to start that for a long time, and I have that beautiful box just sitting in the top of my closet waiting patiently. All right, I'm not really sure where I'm going to put everything, so just bear with me here. Okay, my next start. This is a start, a stitch along that's hosted by my friend Andrea. She's a local stitcher here in Memphis. She is a fancy stitcher on Instagram. I'll make sure to put her information in the box down below. And she started this stitch along, Sweet Friendships by Annie, the proper stitcher. Isn't that really cute? Oh, that's my needle minder I was using. That's by Colleen, Rebel Stitcher Designs. So, I bought this chart when we went down to visit Gary and Ronnie at GaRon Stitchery on our little girls trip this summer. So I picked up this chart from them and the DMC. And then I had the fabric, was some stash fabric. It is Forbidden Fiber Co. It is a 32 count tumbleweed, I'm pretty sure is what I ended up using. And that's my start. I don't have a huge amount done. I actually worked on it a little bit last night during the Chatelaine Zoom, which everybody's very wonderfully working on their, I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people working on their chatelaines. I just can't work on my chatelaine at night because my fabric is too dark and I have to pay too close attention. I can't pay attention to what everybody's talking about and everything. I gotta really concentrate. So I worked on something easy and fun. So yeah, it's coming right along. It's coming right along. It lives, I want to show you this. It lives in this really pretty portfolio that Tammy Blaylock, Creative Country Girl, made for me. I stitched this. This was a piece, what was that thing called? Stitching Book Club. And it was from the book Sense and Sensibility. And I asked her to make something out of my my finish. And she did this beautiful portfolio. Make sure I'm not showing anything. Yeah. Really nice. Really nice. Okay, my next start. Now, this was because it's September, and September, among many other things in our community, is known as hashtag Sampler September. Yes. And so I wanted to start a sampler, and I started one with my friend Zan, Crazy Band Lady Stitches. This is what we started. Needle Be True by Jeanette Douglas. We picked this up at, I think this was a market release. I don't know. Anyway, we both really loved it. Zan's already stitched like the little small thing out of here. I think she did it for a smalls exchange for maybe StitchCon. I can't remember. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes, love it so much. So I got a little start on it. I'm stitching this on the called for. It is a 40 count old stationery by Seraphim, and I just did like the border, a little corner of the border, and that's my Wizard of Oz needle minder because Zan likes green and she likes the show Wicked, so I don't know, I just used that needle minder. It makes me think of Zan. So isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so I wanted to just stitch a corner, kind of like a sample, so I could kind of see what all the colors were going to be in that border. It really intrigued me. It's one of the things that kind of drew me to the piece was that pink peachy color right there. They are all a bunch of beautiful silks made by different what do you call people who make floss? I don't know. The Thread Gatherer. So we have some Silken Colors by the Thread Gatherer. We have, there's a Gloriana. There's some Belle Soirs by Classic Colorworks. Very nice. And a few Dinky Dyes. Yeah. So I love this. This is beautiful. I think this is going to be so Sampler September. I think this is going to be just something that I'm going to work on periodically throughout the month, just as my treat when I need a break from stocking. Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I like this. I chose this GaRon tote bags. It was one of the bags of the month this past year. And yeah, I thought that was appropriate, right? And you know, I posted about this on my Instagram, and I just want to say again, if you all follow me on Instagram, I really try to keep my Instagram updated with what I'm doing progress-wise. So if you don't see a video from me and you just think, you know, if you follow me on Instagram, a lot of times I'm either posting on my stories, reels, posts, whatever. But I posted that I'd started this, and then I posted again after I got my first progress in it because I just wanted to share how beautiful all the colors were with everyone. And I was kind of surprised at the colors because, you know, the picture is always a little bit different looking than what they look like. And I was kind of like, oh, look at all these blues and greens, which, I mean, duh, I should have realized that. But when I saw them stitched, really pretty. And so I got the nicest message from Jeanette Douglas. And I was thinking like, what kind of an awesome world is this, that like you tag somebody, you tag a designer in your story or your post, and they correspond with you. Like we kind of went back and forth for a little bit, and I'm like, she's awesome. Are you kidding me? She's Jeanette Douglas. And I'm like, this is just sometimes this world is just amazing to me, you know, and this community is so just amazing. Some of these designers are so warm and welcoming and happy to talk to you about what they're doing or what you think about their design or what they like about it, or just to share with you. And I mean, you don't get that everywhere, y'all. So I thought that was just amazing. So I like that. That's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. All right, I think this is my last new start, and this one is born of necessity because if you're going to Stitching in the Wild and you're doing the smalls exchange at Weekend B and you don't want to see what I'm taking in case you want to pick mine, or you do want to see, I don't know, I'm fixing to show y'all. So either just, you know, give it a few minutes, or, you know, pause, or, oops, sorry, that's the, my remotes, my volume's not working very good on my TV. Come on. It's the football game. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause this because now I can't even get it to just mute and be quiet. Oh, please. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, y'all. I don't really want to joke about something being possessed, but that TV definitely has a mind of its own. So, All right. So my start for Stitching in the Wild for my small, I settled on Feeling Crabby by Meridian Designs. Isn't that so cute? I love it. I love it. I love it. So here's where I am. I know it's not a ton done. I have to get the show on the road. I think I'm gonna have to take it out of this Nerge because I'm stitching this on a piece of, let's see, 28 count Lugana, hand-dyed by Rolanda, that was gifted to me by my friend Bernadette Burn Stitches. She just posted a new FlossTube last night. She has a fabulous finish and lots of fun like plans and WIPS and everything. Y'all go check out that FlossTube. Or maybe it wasn't last night, it was the night before, but I'm just saying within the last few days. Beautiful piece of fabric, but it's very, it's Lugana and it's just kind of stretchy. And for some reason, this DMC color, which one is this? Hold on a minute, because I'm going to tell you which DMC color this is. 892, right? Like this really bright coral pink. And it is very thin. And it is wanting to knot a lot. And I need this tighter. So my stitching's been kind of slow on this. But isn't it going to be cute? Yeah, it's going to be super cute. I'm excited. I'm excited to put it together. It does have like little eye, like the black for the eyes are stitched, but I think there are some beads in here, and I think I'm just going to use a couple black beads. I think that'll be cute for the eyes. So yeah. So I'm working on that. I had it at work with me the other day, and I was working it on my lunch break. And I'm keeping it in this little mini portfolio that was I purchased from Melissa, Shiba Designs. I love this. I already showed this on my other floss too. But anyway, it's just sitting there like open on the desk. And I look and you see this the little tab or whatever. I had it open. I mean, and then I just looked down and got this little fish right here giving me stink eye. It just made me laugh. This is so cute. So Melissa makes great bags and portfolios and all the things. So love that. Okay, those were all of my new starts. All right, so I'm gonna talk about some WIPs. I'm gonna be starting off with the few things that I did work on for that Olympic stitching challenge. And then I'll just go into my other WIPs, which are pretty much how I've just been like feathering in along the way when I'm not working on my stocking. And I have been working on my stocking more than I worked on anything else. So yay for that. What else? Was there anything else? Okay. All right. So my first one, oh geez. This one is Around the World by RETM. All right. This is a really fun one. I purchased this at Market a couple years ago. And then Leanne and I sat up and she did a conversion. Basically, I was just her scribe. I might have put in a suggestion here or there, but she's the mastermind behind the color. She did a beautiful conversion from DMC to her Forbidden Fiber Co floss. We are stitching this one together, and I'm stitching mine on a piece of 40 count Snowdrifts fabric by Stephanie, and it looks just like a beautiful summer sky. So that's where I am, and pretty much what I got done was I think I got some more of this medallion done. I did the F and I started working on the border around what would be the Eiffel Tower over here, which was fitting because, you know, Olympics were in Paris. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I want to work on everything. I know we all do, right? All right, my next one, I think this satisfied the prompt for like something of the summer. And I started this one for my daughter's birthday, which is in the summer. And I'm gonna have to put a picture up of here if I have it, because it is one of the Thomas Kincaid Disney kits that are, you know, no longer available. And it's a full coverage piece. And so I pulled it out and I just did more over here. And I'm just not in the mood for full coverage stuff right now. I mean, there's just no way around it. I didn't stitch on it that long. I mean, I finished what I was doing here and it started coming down. I'm stitching this on, it is like, it's called, I think it's called like Easy Grid, Easy Count. Yeah. and I'm parking threads. If you want to learn more about the parking method or anything about full coverage, I would always point you in the direction of Teresa Little Stitcher's FlossTube channel. First of all, her FlossTube channel is fabulous. She stitches a multitude of different things, from full coverage to chatelaines to everything, whatever. Bella Filipinas, you name it. And she's wonderful. I love to watch Teresa's FlossTube, and she has a tutorial. If you'll scroll down through her videos, if you're interested in learning about full coverage, these are the tutorials that I used when I started my first full coverage piece. And she just breaks it down and explains it to you. Explains parking, explains all the things. It's very easy to follow. So if you have questions, check out Teresa Little Stitcher, and I will link her channel down below in the description box. Okay, my next one, I love this one. This is by Bothy Threads, and No Cause for a Llama. This is a Hannah Dale Designs, Rendale Designs. I purchased this chart at my very first retreat, which was the Steel City Stitchers retreat in, was it 2021 or 2022? I don't remember. And Janine from the Crafty U, she sets up shop at their retreats, and I got this. It's so cute. So I'm stitching this on the kit Ada, and I love it. Any of these Rendale designs, they come with this really sweet speckled Ada. It's just a little special touch. It's so sweet. I got some of these glasses done and some more of the muzzle done of this llama. I love this llama. It reminds me of this time my aunt and I out in Oregon, we met Caesar, the no drama llama. I'll post a picture of us up in here. I know I did that before, but yeah, isn't that, it's a cute chart. I love it. All right, this one I barely got anything done on. I started this one for my husband for his birthday. He doesn't even know about it, which is fine because you'll see. This was a little, like a kit by Forbidden Fiber Co. called Sharks and Minnows. My husband's a big fan of the show Yellowstone. So yep, that's the chart. And it says, there's sharks and minnows in this world. If you don't know which one you are, you ain't a shark. So yeah. Anyway, so this is what I got done, which is more than last time you saw him a million years ago. I think I just had like this little tiny line done. So at least I got up in here and I can see one of the characters from the show's face. His name is Rip. And this is on a piece of, pretty sure it's 32 count Palomino by Forbidden Fiber Co. Came with a cute little project bag, a needle minder. They do a lot of really good fandom little kits like this. Okay, let's see. This one hasn't seen a lot of stitchy time, but a little bit since you last saw it. This is Summer Quaker by Leila's Studio. I am stitching these. I'm starting all of these this year on the solstice. So the first day of spring, I started Spring Quaker. First day of summer, Summer Quaker. First day of fall, I'm going to do Autumn Quaker. And then if she releases winter, I plan to start winter. Samantha, the Huga Stitcher, if you go to her Instagram or her FlossTube, she's hosting stitch-alongs for all of those. So you can find the hashtags real easily. I can't remember all of them. But go to Samantha Huga Stitcher's FlossTube or Instagram if you want to join that stitch along. I'm stitching these. I also am stitching them all on 40 count needle and flax fabric. Now they are all different colors, but I wanted to stick with 40 count and I wanted to stick with the same fabric dyer. So this one is on a piece of a 40 count Thornfield, and it is charted all in DMC. And I don't remember where I was last time that you saw this. I've been working down, so I would imagine I was down. I added this area from what little time I've worked on it. I was really trying to work on this every Tuesday, but that isn't always working for me. So hold on just a minute. Sorry, y'all, that was the dogs again. I just had to take a break because I didn't know if they were going to stop. They had a dog food delivery and they're barking at the person delivering the dog food. Come on, y'all. Anyway, so that's where I am. I'm stitching this. So just one strand of floss over 2 linen threads, and I love it. It's a very fun stitch. It's a very fun stitch. I already have my fabric chosen for the Autumn Quaker. It is, will I say that? What color did I pick for that? I don't know. I have it over there. I can see it. I can't remember what color I picked for it. I'll have to figure it out next time. Okay, my next one. Y'all have seen this one a million times. I'm getting so close to a finish. I'm not taking it out of the Q-snap though, because like I said, some of these I'm leaving in the Q-snap because first of all, you all have seen them a lot of times. Second of all, I am trying to hop on them when I can, and so I just don't want to have to try to put them back in there. So this one is going to be Happy Haunts by Good Morning Maui. I'm going to put a picture up here. This is one of my very oldest WIPs. I started in like the early fall of 2020. And I love it, and I'm almost done. Here's where I am. I have everything finished. I'm on the top row now. I'm stitching this on a piece of 18 count. Is it 18? I don't know if it's 18 or 16 count. I can't remember. Graceful Gray Ada. I'm using all the called for DMC. It does have a lot of fractional stitches in it, so that's kind of a pain with the Ada, but it is doable. I love it. It's so good. I'm stitching this on the 13th of every month for a hashtag dark, what is it, dark 13 stitching? Yes, dark 13. Well, I'm having a bad memory tonight. And I'm also trying to stitch on it on the 31st of the month, just because that's, you know, Halloween date. But yeah, that's where I am. I love it so much. All of these characters are characters from the ride, the Haunted Mansion, at, well, Disney World and Disneyland. Since you've seen it last, I've finished this one. That guy is, oh gosh, I want to say his name is like Boris Nitrikov or something like that. Anyway, it's something to do with explosives, dynamite or something. And then this is Madame Leota here. And oh, we're coming on with another famous character from the Haunted Mansion. And when I get more of her stitched in, we'll go over her. Her name's Sally. Anyway, they're from the stretching room, which is the beginning of the ride. And anyway, if you're interested and you're never going to go to Disney World, I'm sure you can go to YouTube and type in Haunted Mansion Ride Disney World or Disneyland, and then you can get a ride through of it and you see. But it's kind of fun. All of these little, the words are lyrics to the song that plays in the Haunted Mansion ride. It's called Grim Grinning Ghosts. I love it. So it's getting close to being done. Now this one has been sorely neglected, and that's so irritating because like I started the whole year and got all my friends all hyped up that we were going to get him done this year. Some of my friends are, Bobby's going to get him done this year. Bobby's going to get him done. Tara's going to get him done. Leanne's probably going to get him done. Sarah just started him with us and she's probably going to get him done. Anyway, I'm going to try to get him done too as soon as I finish the stocking. Sir Thomas of Glendon Place. Hashtag Sir Thomas of Glendon Place, Sal. I love him. He's so gorgeous. He's on a roller frame. He is on the called for fabric, which is 28 count China Pearl Jobelin. We had a Zoom the other night, a Sir Thomas Zoom. I have been trying to do Zooms every month. Sometimes they just haven't happened. Pretty much my regularly scheduled ones I try to do is my Labyrinth Friends Zoom, my Sir Thomas Zoom, Hawker and Hollow Zoom. We had a couple Scary Sampler Zooms. We can get back on that one too. So anyway, I'm trying to do better, but I love these people. A lot of the people stitching things are like the same throughout all the Zooms. So it's kind of fun to be able to catch up with them a couple times a month. And I did have a Labyrinth Friend Zoom, but here's the thing. I couldn't find my floss for Labyrinth Friends by the Little Stitcher, so I couldn't work on it. And I still haven't found that whole thing of floss. I have no idea where it is. I'm afraid it might have gotten down because the girls and I were talking about where I was stitching out at the last time we had a Zoom, and I was on my love seat, and that love seat has since been gone. I have a recliner now. We got some new furniture, so that thing went to the street, and I swear I looked in there, but you know, it could have just been like really down in the edges of the love seat. I don't know. It's a lot of floss to have to re-pull, but I've got to do that before. I've either got to find my floss, which maybe you got in another project bag, I don't know, or re-pull it before the next one because I didn't get a stitch on it. I stitched on Happy Haunts a little bit. Okay, so back to Sir Thomas. Here we are. So since last you have seen him, I'm still working in this breast area here. A little bit, having a hard time getting a groove with the kind of crescent shape and very similar colors. They show up a lot. There's a bigger contrast to them in what you're seeing right now as opposed to when I'm stitching them. I don't get that much of a contrast. So yeah, that's a little bit tough, but there we are. I'm sorry I'm not going to be pulling the rest of them out, but basically I have all of this to do, some of this, and some corn, which is a lot, but this is a very enjoyable stitch on easy fabric. I'm really gonna make a push when I finish the stocking to work on Sir Thomas. In fact, if I happen to have that stocking finished by the time I go down to Stitching in the Wild, I'm thinking I'm taking Thomas Stitching in the Wild because I can work on Thomas down there. He's big enough that I can make that. Look at me, I'm just like, where am I gonna put him when he's not gonna get messed up? That I can make that work. Okay. Okay, just a few more. All right, we did try to have a Hot Grown Hollow Zoom, but things happened with everybody and I got sick. So I did pull it out and work on it. And I didn't really work on it that night. I worked on it like a little bit, but here's Halloween at Hot Grown Hollow. Hashtag Halloween at HRH Sal. We've been working on this forever. I work on this with my friend Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitives, and Leanne Stitches, and Sam of Sammy Liz. And who else is working on this with us now? Maybe Justine from X's and Hoes. They just put up a new video not that long ago. And Sarah, are you working on Hot Grown Hollow too? Oh yeah, Sarah is too. Big Red Human Crafter on Instagram. And Zamia, Serrana Stitches on Instagram. Yeah, so there's a bunch of us working on this. And it's really fun. I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count Heather by Picture This Plus. This is another one, y'all, that's not going to get out of the Q-snap because I have shown it to you a trillion times and I'm still on that big middle block with the witches. However, since last you saw it, I did finish her hair and I've got some more of her dress going on. And one night I was doing a Zoom. I was doing the Sir Thomas Zoom and my light went out. And so I was having to use like an overhead light and I just finished off the rest of the box because I could do that. That was easy. So while I have this part showing you, this has been so far the only change I've made to anything within this chart as far as changing a color. I changed the color of her hair to this really cool color. It's a one-of-a-kind color. It's called Chameleon by Forbidden Fiber Co. The hair color that was charted for her was, I don't know if it was like beaver gray or brown, or it was just kind of like a mousy, and it just really kind of blended into her hat. And I think it was GaRon Stitchery when he was working on his, he might have changed his hair color too, if I remember correctly. And that kind of motivated me, inspired me to take a look around. And yeah, I really like the color of her hair. I think it looks good. Maybe I'll get this block done by this year. I'm not going to get this chart finished this year, even though I feel like I just could. If I just worked on it all the time, of course I could. And I love to work on it. It's one of these I could just stitch on, stitch on, stitch on. So, oh, this one is so fun. I'm having so much fun with this one. And I have been treating myself with this one. So this is the Garden Sampler by Carriage House Samplings. I started this and I'm stitching this with my friend Amy. Amy's FlossTube is X Stitching and Adventure. Go check her out. She's a lot of fun. She stitches cool stuff. And look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? This, I've been treating myself with this. So I'm stitching this on a piece of 30 count Chamomile by R&R. And I don't remember where I had it last time you saw it, but now you can see where I am. And I'm trying to do a little bit, either a little bit of every couple days, you know, which I got a little bit behind on, but I want to do like either the letter or work on the vine, or, you know, isn't that frog cute? I have to add an eyeball to the frog, an eyeball to the caterpillar, something else maybe. but they're French knots. But I'm like, am I gonna do a French knot or am I gonna do a bead? Because I love a bead. But then I'm like, you know, French knot's probably keeping within the style a little bit better. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Now, the biggest difference between mine and what's charted is that I was inspired by Lindy Stitch's Stephanie Webb. She stitched this and she changed the color of the green on the leaves and the vine, and she changed it to this beautiful silk by Thread Gatherer Silk and Colors. It's called Coastal Seaweed. So isn't that gorgeous? It's got blues and greens in it. So I am stitching this with 2 strands over 2 linen threads. So I did buy 2 skeins. Hopefully that'll be enough. I was able to find it on 123 Stitch though, if you're interested. I love the way it's coming out. I love that frog sitting on that fern for F. So good. It's so good. This is just a nice, easy one for me to pick up and just, yeah. And I have been. I have just picked at this a little bit. It was kind of interesting because I think it was Sunday. I was recovering from all the wedding festivities. Yeah. And my husband went golfing. And I just kind of had some peace and quiet to myself. So I pulled this out and worked on it for a little bit. And I ended up watching, and I'm going to just admit this because this is going to sound weird. So I ended up watching 2 movies back to back. On what cable channel, I don't know. But they were 2 movies from the 80s. Famous movies. Movies that if I saw a clip of it, I would know immediately what movie it was, who the actors are. However, there were movies I had never watched before. And I'm an 80s person. I love 80s movies. The first one was Big with Tom Hanks. And the second one was Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore and Whoopi Goldberg. And I mean, like I said, I watched both of them and I was like, I can't believe I've never watched these movies before. Yeah, Big, I didn't like Big. And it was just weird and creepy and just like, anyway, I don't know. I think it could have just, I don't know why it went where it went. But anyway, that wasn't my favorite. I did like the scene where he's, you know, got the older man that owns the toy company and he's dancing with him on the piano and all the things. But, you know, but anyway. And then the next one, Ghost, yeah, it was good. But literally, like, and I cried. I mean, I knew what was going to happen in the movie, right? I cried, all the things. But then I don't know. I don't want to spoil this for somebody. It's only like, how many years old would that be? I don't even know. I don't know what year it came out. But anyway, it's been a long time, y'all. It's been out since the 80s. I think the 80s. If not the 80s, early 90s. I don't know. But yeah, there's a part at the end where instead of going to heaven, one of the people that goes to hell, and there's like these monsters. It is not good. It made me laugh. I mean, some stuff, we've come a long way with special effects. Some of it was just like, but it was not intended to make you bust out laughing, I promise, but it made me bust out laughing. So anyway, yeah, so I stitched on that while I watched those. I watched those movies. So. All right, so not only, okay, so this month in our community, September, a lot of hashtags go with it. I talked about Sampler September before. There's also a hashtag Siren September. And so another piece I've been treating myself with is my oldest and only Mira Siren that I'm stitching, and I'm dying to start another one, but I have got to finish this one first. It's like a rule I've made for myself. It's just, it is what it is. This is a Mermaid of the Pearls by Mirabilia. She is out of print. She is MD number 26 and she came out in 1997. She is one of the most heavily beaded Mirabilias. She is gorgeous. All of this is like beaded pearls. The amount of treasures and pearls in this is just unreal. So I'm stitching her on a piece of, I'm pretty sure it's a 32 count Kelpie by Under the Sea Fabrics. I think I called it something else last time incorrectly, but this is Kelpie by Under the Sea Fabrics. Since you've seen her last, I have been working like in all of this skin. So basically this goes down her arm, and this would be like her elbow area up here. This is more of her waist coming down here, and then up to part of her hand. And in her hand, she's going to be holding a beautiful like frosted heart, big treasure that's going to go in her hand. So yeah, so I'm just leaving her. She's on the Q-snap. You can see pretty much everything I've stitched on her. Those are just some bubbles. There might be another bubble down here somewhere that I've stitched, but that's the majority I've stitched on her. There was a lot of confetti at one point in her. I didn't think I was ever gonna get anywhere with her. It's moving along a little bit better now. Like I said, I'm all in the skin. There's a lot of beads and there's a lot of Kreinik, and I'm doing all my DMC first. So that's always kind of a challenge when you're working around all those holes. But yeah, I love her. So I'm just gonna keep working on her, you know, through Siren September, just like my reward for my break time from the stocking. So this stocking, let me take a drink and then we're going to talk about the stocking. I'm currently obsessed with Diet Cherry Limeades from Sonic. Okay, the stocking. I'm stitching a stocking for my grandson Brooks. He is 2. Yeah, time to get the show on the road, right? My daughter chose a stocking from Better Homes and Gardens book. I'm going to put this book up here. I offered her that choice amongst many others, some Satsuma Streets, a Dimensions kit, Shepherd's Bush, and she really liked this one. And I did not know what in the world I was getting myself into with this stocking. I got on this path because of Brenda, the Handwork Maniac. She's made these stockings for her whole family. I watched her FlossTube about it. I went and bought the book on eBay, secondhand. It's an old book. It's falling apart. I don't know where it is right now. It's my red book. It's like my holy grail for this project. Yeah, so it's so detailed. Okay, so it's back from the 80s, and in the 80s a lot of the charts, they didn't have all the over dyes for all of the shading and dimension, and so they use like 5 million colors, right? And lots of color changes, and it's just a whole thing. I've never stitched on anything with this many fractional stitches, this many color changes. I've had to learn to adapt a lot. I keep threaded needles on a panko organizer. I don't have it by me. I've just made some systems for myself to get through this thing. We are finally, after I'm getting this far on it, we are finally getting to be friends. I'm getting the groove of it. I'm understanding how the chart works. The back stitch is going to be crazy because it's all different colors and it's very elaborate. But yeah, I'm in the groove, okay? But it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of fractional stitches, a lot of details. I'm stitching on a piece of 25 count mushroom Lagana, 3 strands of floss over 2 linen threads, which is difficult. I did have lovely viewers point me in the direction of how to do a loop start with 3 strands of floss. It can be done. It is not as comfortable as the regular loop start, but it can be done. So that, you know, but the coverage is fabulous. And yeah, so I've been trying to post updates. I was going to really try to do weekly, but sometimes I didn't get it every week. I have been posting them on my Instagram, and also within the GaRon Totem Bags Facebook group, because Ronnie of GaRon Stitchery, he started a stitch along, hashtag Ronnie Stock It To Me Sal. He had a stocking that he needed to get done for his niece in Costa Rica, and so a bunch of us are stitching stockings. And so that helped to motivate me to get back on track for the stocking. The other thing that's kind of put a, you know, fire under me is I'm going to Oregon. I know I've said that a million times, but I'm going to visit my aunt in October, and my aunt is just a magnificent sewist. She's a quilter, and she's going to help me construct, to turn this thing into a stocking, right? So here's where I am. I don't know where I was last time I saw you, but I've been busy. So this is what I have so far. Okay, so I don't have the top portion yet with his name. His name has an odd number of letters, and so the way it's currently charted, it would be like 2 motifs on one side and 1 on the other side, I think. So I've got to figure something out about that. Also, it's like hearts and pink, and I might change it to like gingerbread men or something. I haven't decided yet. So I'm just kind of on hold with this top part of the stocking. But yeah, I just want to let you get in close here so you can see. Everything is going to be like major backstitched, y'all. Santas will have faces. Do you see that flag? All those fractional stitches. It's just like that everywhere. You see that picnic basket. Yeah, everything's like that, and all of the color changes. And some of the colors, when you're stitching them, are pretty darn close, like that whole bookcase. But you know, obviously, once you stitch it, it's much different. Yep, I got down in here, on this rug down here, you just kind of were doing these kind of wild, like, they call them satin stitches to make like a braided wool rug effect. Yeah, so that's the heel. And then this is kind of like the outer edge of the toe, and it's kind of dips down the side here, and that's what I have left. But then I have to go back and do all of the back stitching. But yeah, so good. It's just turning out so good. I did make one customization so far. I changed right here on this block. It did have a heart motif on it, and I changed it to an O because that's the first letter of my grandson's last name. I have some other plans to make some little customizations, like there's a teddy bear and he has like a letter C on his chest, and I'm going to change it to B, and there's a few things like that. There's something up here with the railroad I'm going to change to my other grandson's name, just a little nod to him on his brother's stocking, and I'll return the favor when I do his. But yeah, so that's where we are. I've been really busy. If you want to kind of follow my progression on this, if you go to my Instagram and go to my stories, I have a highlight reel under my stories called Stocking, and the posts that I've made are all there, so you can kind of see it come to life. Today I did something kind of fun. I was out running some errands, and I went to a fabric store here in Memphis. They do like specialty upholstery fabrics, like decorator fabrics, and I just went in and told them, I was like, this might be weird, but I'm just looking for some velvet to make it back to a stocking. And so, oh, they were so super helpful. So I got some little samples, and I'll just kind of show you what I got. I got some samples of some velvet and some cording, because I would like to have all of my materials, my interfacing, my velvet for the backing, my lining. I haven't decided on what the material is going to be for the lining on the inside. If I'm going to do a satin, that might be really difficult, or a cotton. I've got some cording samples, but anyway, so here we go. All right, so she cut me off some samples. Let's see, they're all really nice velvets. This one's a really deep blue, and that I mean, there's obviously blue here, but there's a lot of blue down here in the heel that looks really nice with. I am going to buy enough velvet for 3 stockings, because I need to make one for my next grandson, Rhodes, and his color palette is very similar to this one, and just in case we have another one. I'd like them all to kind of coordinate for my daughter. So that's a blue. I like that one. It's not my favorite, but then I picked kind of like a really dark green, which I thought I might really like, but I don't really like that one that much, y'all. It just didn't really do it for me. One that I do really like though is this. Kind of a lot of this color like in the book there and down in those blocks. I don't know, I like that one. And then this one is almost too close, but then I almost think it really works too. Like, see? I don't know. I like that one too. I would say I'm leaning towards one of those two. Really not the dark green. I like, blue's my favorite color, but I don't know. But then when I hold it up near that bottom part, it looks really nice. However, there were a couple trims there, and they're kind of interesting trims. And they don't really work with the blue very much, but they work with these other ones. So this one's kind of a funky. I like the size of this cording. And it's interesting, but I really like this one too. Look at that. And I thought this would be really pretty for the hanger, but this one is made where it has that little strip where you can just sew that in between, and then you have the cording on the outside. And this one, I mean, it has that, but you wouldn't just want this little tiny cording to see. I don't think this size cording, I don't know if it's like 1/8 of an inch. I don't think this is big enough cording wise. I kind of like that one. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. What you think, if you have any. This place is it's called Fabrications. It is in Memphis. Yep, there you go. And they are having their annual sale right now. So there's lots of stuff on sale. So that was lucky. But let me know what you think. Do you have a favorite? Do you have any suggestions? I've been watching a lot of tutorials. I've watched Ivana Pfeiffer's tutorial. Some other people that I can't remember. I've been like trying to just soak up every sort of stocking finishing YouTube video post humanly possible. And you know, pretty much everybody, it's pretty much the same everywhere. Pretty much everybody's saying use an interfacing on the back of your stitching. I don't know what it's like. I can't remember exactly if it was like a 1/2 inch allowance around the side. You know, just everything was just pretty basic. Vanna's tutorials, fabulous, of course, and she does a shepherd's bush stocking if anyone's looking to do shepherd's bush. They are a little bit different. They're a little bit different shape than this, which doesn't really matter. I just was trying to get the concept of how to finish a stocking. They are kind of larger and boxier than this one's going to be. But speaking of Vanna, oh my goodness, she did fabulous at her state fair entries. She won like best in show. Santa of the Forest, her lavender and lace Santa of the Forest won best in show. He is a gorgeous. I can't wait to stitch him someday. And then she does this little part of her floss tube called Stitching Stars, and she named me as one of her stitching stars for my Mirabilia Touching the Autumn Sky that I finished. She said she liked the fabric, and she has that one, and she's been kind of not starting it because she wasn't sure what she wanted to do about the fabric yet. So thank you, Vanna. I appreciate that. That was amazing. Some of my sweet friends were named as well, and I just was in very, very good company. Pam from Just Keep Stitching, Amanda, Lucky Chance Stitcher, Amber, Rogue Mama Stitcher. She named, it's really fun to watch her Stitching Stars segments. I found a lot of people that I wasn't following on Instagram, and she was showing their Instagram posts back from like around March or whatever. So I followed some new people on Instagram and was able to find some new beauties to look at. So thank you, Vanna. Y'all go check out her floss tube when you get a chance. Okay, so stocking. Like this is what's on the menu. It's coming along. I'm gonna get it done. I might be crying when I'm back stitching. I've heard opinions go back and forth either way, like don't leave it to the last minute. What are you doing? To, oh, totally leave it to the last minute. So or the last thing you're doing. I am leaving it last because it is very detailed instructions. It's like this color for the laces on this and the eyelashes on this and this on this, and then there's some lazy daisies in here, and there's French knots in here, and there's, I mean, it's like reading a car manual or something about the instructions that are so specific on this, even with the back stitch. So so I didn't want to like do one section and then forget to do something else, but yeah, that's where I am. Oh boy. Okay. All right. So that's everything that I've been working on. So plans coming up. I really only have one more new start planned. No, that's not true. I have 2 new starts planned for this month. One of them is for Sampler September. I'm going to be starting this with Andrea, the Fancy Stitcher. We are going to be stitching Josephine and Anne 1867. That is by Quaint Rose Needle Arts. Isn't she beautiful? I love the blue flowers, of course, because blue is my favorite color. But look at these. I don't know if they're, they're kind of tulip shaped, but they're probably roses. But look how interesting that design is. This is gorgeous. Okay, so this is a big chart. It's 271 by 250. And I'm stitching this on the called for fabric and with the called for floss. Okay, this is very interesting. I love stuff like this. All right, so I'm stitching, and you're gonna be like, what the heck? I'm stitching this. The called for fabric is 28 count Ren by Picture This Plus. Okay. Yeah, I had to get a really big piece of fabric, and this is gonna be big because it was charted or stitched. The model was stitched in Simply Wool by the Gentle Arts, and a handful of DMCs. But all of these are Simply Wool. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Y'all know. So it has on this chart like all of the Simply Wool. You can also do it in Gentle Arts, or you can do it all in DMC. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So I had to buy 13 skeins of one color. Where's that color at? I'm going to show y'all. I was like, am I reading this correctly? This is a typo. This bayberry, this green. 13 skeins of that. But this stuff is soft. It's wool. I don't know. I've never stitched with it before. I'm not even sure. Like, that's one thing I need to figure out. I think it's just one strand of floss. I don't know. Does anybody know? Yeah, I think 2 would be. It's just one strand. It's not. It's just one ply. So yeah. Oh my goodness. These are 10-yard skeins. I'm excited to start this. We're going to start this on the 15th for Sampler September. I'm excited. I love this one. My other planned start, and this is kind of interesting because Andrea will be coming home from stitching in the wild. She's going to weekend A. Like, I wish I could go to both weekends. Have people I want to see in both weekends. And then the other new start I'm going to have, which is across the room, is going to be the Autumn Quaker by Leela Studios. I'll put a picture up of it here. I'm stitching it on a piece of needle and flax. Oh, it's 40 count Furley by Needle and Flax. I need to get my DMC. I don't have the DMC for that one yet. And I'll be starting that one, the same thing, the first day of autumn, I believe, is the Sunday from Stitching in the Wild. So I'll either start it like really early in the morning, or once we drive home. I'm riding down with Christy Salty Stitcher. I'm excited. Yeah, so those are my 2 new starts as far as cross stitch goes. Now, I have a bunch of haul, and I have a little bit of needlepoint. So I think what I will do is go over that haul, and then I'll leave needlepoint to the very end because I know some of y'all have absolutely no interest in either one. I'm not sure how much haul I'm going to show. I have a literal ton of haul because, I mean, y'all, I haven't done any haul other than what I bought at the LNS's since, was it May? Yeah. So I want to get some of this stuff put away. I'm debating on whether I'm going to show you like my fabric of the month stuff, because I mean, like, I do a Fox and Rabbit fabric of the month, and Under the Sea fabrics. I have an Oak Crown Studios fabric of the month, and the one that's half and half that GaRon hosts of Fabrics by Stephanie and Seraphim, which I am happy to say Fabrics by Stephanie is hosting her own Fabric of the Month next year, and I was able to get in, and I'm very excited to be a part of that because I adore her fabrics, particularly for my Mirabilias and Nora Corbetts. They are very inspirational to me, her colors. So, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go over a haul. If you want to hang out and see some goodies. I like I said, I can't decide if I'm going to do Fabric of the Month or not. We'll see. All right, so stand by. I've got to get up and get all this haul. Okay, I'm back. I have a lot of project bags too. So I'll just start this one because I can show it now. I am officially, I will be past the date. This is this month's GaRon Totem Bags Bag of the Month. Love that. I might need to move that little strawberry one I'm doing with Andrea by Annie the Proper Stitcher. I might need to move it over to that. Possibly. All right, where's all this stuff gonna go? Okay. I went last month to my LNS here in Memphis, Stitchers Inc. We had our 901 stitch together. We're having our next one, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. I think that's the 14th. And they are on auto ship for Without Needle and Thread. And so I picked up 3 of the new kind of like fall. I love swans, so you know I had to get that autumn swan. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I couldn't resist this woodland witch and her little red toadstools. And this one, goodness gracious, with these pumpkins with their teeth. Are you kidding me? I love this one. I love this one so much. It's so good. So I grabbed those and a few things of floss while I was there. Let's see. I placed 1 or 2 orders from Hobby House. Now, my friend Jordan, the Tattooed Stitcher. If you're not watching Jordan, go check her out. She's been posting a lot of really good videos. Oh, she has been on a finishing kick with this framing. I mean, but anyway, she stitches in these hoops. And they're those Hardwick Manor hoops. And so I got this one. This is kind of a thicker one. I don't really know what I was doing. So I ordered a couple of them. And then this one's a little bit, no, it's like the same size, but it's thinner, right? And then I ordered this one, but I think this one is too big. I think this one's too big. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever use this one. Actually, I don't. Anyway, and I ordered like the twill tape that you're supposed to wrap, but I don't know. Like, do you wrap just the inside or the inside and the outside? I need to go back and watch her video, or I should just message her and say, what am I doing with this? How do I do this, Jordan? Jordan, how do I do this? Because I would like to use this, because here's the thing I was running into. My Nerge plastic, like kind of like square round ones or whatever, sometimes they're a little rough on my stitches, right? If I have to go over them. Sometimes they're a little rough on my fabric. But I have been leaning towards using those because it fits very nicely into my Velky Patoki lap stand. Okay. My Q-snaps don't. They're just a little too fat. If that clamp would open just a little bit wider, I would be in much better shape. But they're just, the Q-snaps are a little too fat. So I thought this might be a good option to try for when I'm using my lap stand. And my Lowry stand, I don't really like to use it for like smaller things, like my 8x8 stuff. I like to use it for my bigger, like 11x11 Q-snap. And my smaller things I like to do on my lap stand. So I was thinking this might be a solution. I gotta figure out how to work that. And then I ordered, oh, I think these are the beads for feeling crabby. Actually, I'm glad I pulled those out. And yeah, that was that day I was feeling really adventurous, and I ordered this brooch to make. It's like beads, and I don't know, it's a whole kit. Oh, that's blaring out, but look how cool that is. That's beautiful, right? I like beads. I like working with beads, so I think that'll be fun to give that a try. Got that from Hobby House. I think I was ordering, I think they had my Gloriana come in, and anyway, it sparked this, turned into this whole thing, right? Where I got some scissors too, because Hobby House is carrying a bunch of Sajou stuff, and so I didn't have a pair of Sajou stitchers. Sajou scissors. And I certainly did not have a pair with swans on them. And I love swans. So, aren't they beautiful? Let me see if I can. Oh my goodness. Look how gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love them. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, I am now the proud owner of some Sajou swan scissors. And Hobby House, they send everything so nice. I would like to visit there someday. Okay, oh, this is a cool, I just got this fabric of the month. This is from Under the Seas. It's called Bayou Bullfrog. This is a cool color. Look at that. Love, love, love that color. So fun and grungy. So fun and grungy. Okay, what else? Okay, so GaRon Stitchery, they had some Needle Blacks fabric, which is hard to get, y'all. She had a thing on Labor Day, like, get on there, and she was selling, like, fat quarters, and I wanted to get a certain color because I wanted to try it for Winter Quaker. I'm not sure that this one is going to be the ticket, and sold out so fast. But I did get this from GaRon, Needle and Flax. It's Fragile. So Fragile, like the movie A Christmas Story, you know, when he gets the big leg lamp in the mail and it says fragile on the side and he calls it Fragile. I don't know. I don't remember why he did that, but and then I've got a couple really pretty fabrics of the month. I don't know what. See, these are both fabrics by Stephanie. No, I don't know what month they are. I'm not even going to show those. All right, let's see. I did order myself one of the newest Mirabilia. I am going to start this one. This one I am going to start when I finish the stocking. This is my present to myself. It's called Pretty to Think. So, look. Oh my gosh. She's not even that big. She's like 122 by 122. She has a ton, like 40 DMC colors though. But look how pretty she is. I ordered her and her embellishment pack, and she called for 1 Karen water lilies. Ordered her from my Mira dealer, Mindy Daigle on Facebook, D-A-I-G-L-E. You need anything Mirabilia related? She is your girl. She has embellishment packs. She has specialty floss. She has charts. You name it. And she's fabulous. She gets it together and gets it right out to you. She ships out of Louisiana. And I had the pleasure of meeting Mindy at the Queen City Stitch Retreat last year. And I just love her to pieces. So thanks, Mindy, for being so great. All right. And so that's going to be my treat to myself when I finish. I really want to get this back in here. Sorry, y'all. When I finish stocking, I'm starting this. Kind of toying with the thought of putting it on a witch-olt fabric, which is not what I would normally say, but I ordered a piece of Laurel from GaRon the other day, and it might just be the right green. I'm not sure yet. All right, what else do we have here? Lots of fabric of the month. I don't think I'm gonna, ooh. I don't know what month fabric of the month this was. This is a Fox and Rabbit one. Look at that color. Isla Morada. Is that like from Jurassic Park, Karen? I love this color. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh gosh, and here's some really pretty Oak Crown Studios. I get Lugana 32 count. This is my friend Fiber Arts Amy. She dyes these beauties. Aren't they so good? Those are fabric of the month too. All right. So I finally have this one fully kitted. This is a Praiseworthy Stitches stacker. I bought this a few years ago at Market. This is the spool that fits inside. It's interesting because all of the layers take different colored green fabrics. So I've got, you know, all these different greens. I've got my fancy floss and my Krynic. I think I want to start this one in December. I think I might start this one. I don't know if I'm going to start it for my birthday, but I really think I want to get this one done. This one just looks like fun. Well, I say that, but I am starting a Praiseworthy Stitches December 1st with Leanne and Zan and whoever else at 901 Stitchers wants to start with us. Whoever else wants to start, we are stitching that new one that came out on Market. Is it Sleigh Ride? Yeah. We're going to use some of Leanne's fabric, Forbidden Fabrico fabric for it, Silent Night, so I need to get that ordered. I've got my Krynic in and my beads and my floss already, so it's fantabulous. I'll put a picture of it up here. Just put a bug in your ear if you want to start that one too. I want to start this one though. Okay, let's see, what else did I get here? I got, that's another fabric of the month. We're going to skip that. I'm sure everybody has shown you all of the fabulous things in this Halloween magazine. I wanted to do, say a few things. I wanted to say, Miriam of Mermaid Designs. Wow. You go. Love it. Love it. And then my friend Sarah that I got to meet at StitchCon one year. She's Mod Cross Patterns. Look at that cute one she did. So congratulations, ladies. Y'all are awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah. What else did I like in here? Oh, I liked this. All right. Okay, so Athena, Stitching Goddess Designs. Oh my gosh, I ordered these forever ago. She is the shirt maker for the GaRon Stitching in the Wild retreat. So I ordered a retreat shirt. Isn't that nice? So I can wear that during the retreat. And then she had a few other shirts that I just couldn't resist. This one says, you can't stitch all day if you don't start in the morning. I'm a morning stitcher. I'm a morning person, okay? I love that. And what's this one say? Oh, if lost, please return to Stitchy Spot. Amen to that. That's exactly where I want to go if I'm lost. So, Athena is Stitching Goddess Designs. She has a website. Look at this cute thank you card that she sends with you with it. That is her Instagram, Stitching Goddess Designs. Love it. And when I get back from Disney, I'll put a picture of my husband with that shirt on that she did. Okay, let's see. What else do I have in here? Oh, right. I've had these for a while. This is by Melissa, Shiba Designs. These two little portfolios. I love this Tula Pink Dinosaur Roar line fabric. I am obsessed. Do you see this? Do you see that? I love this. Look at this. Ah! Look at this. So good. So good. I love dinosaurs. Oh, I ordered this beautiful bag from Pam. PNB Making Memories on Etsy. Yes, it's Pam. PNB Creations. Yep. How cute is that? Love it. Yes, and it is PNB Making Memories. Isn't that a beautiful bag? Good job, Pam. They're always so nice, Pam and Bob. They do a lot of, they did Pam and Steph's like special needle minders and floss drops, and I think they do stuff for Floss Boss and Co. They did stuff for Floss Boss and Cousins too, maybe? I think I remember that right. I picked up this super cute bag from my friend Tammy, Creative Country Girl. I love this farm bag. Ooh, I had a chart or a start. Oh yeah, I want to do this funky chicken. I already put the chart in the bag. Now I need to get my Cosmo and put that in there with it too. Yeah, I want to start them too sometime. Gosh. See, not enough stitching hours in the day. What else do I have here? Let me see. Oh. I don't know if I'm going to show you all those. I put in an order with Kathy Hands-On Designs because I loved so many of her round things that she came out with at Market that I bought these finishing rounds from her on her website for when I get to finish them. And she sent like all these little cute stickers and stuff and a little free chart and a thank you. So nice. Quit saying I belong to Rebel Stitcher Designs Quarterly Club. I think she has a wait list. Y'all have probably seen this, but this last one was 80s themed. It was really fun. So she always sends like a bunch of fun, funky stickers. So we got a bunch of stickers, and we got a little, remember these 80s slap bracelet things? A cool floss holder and a little troll. Remember those guys? And then the piece, the thing of the Quarterly Club is she does one of her original artwork needle minders. So there we go. We got a little troll. Cute, right? So if you are interested in joining Colleen's Rebel Stitcher Designs Quarterly Club, just go on her website. I think there's like a form to fill out or something. Maybe she has a waiting list, but it's on there. What else do I have? Oh, jeez. Okay, okay. So, at some point I had ordered this, and I don't remember who I ordered. Oh, I think I ordered this Bobby Pumpkin Creek Primitives. It's been sitting in my basket for a while. I love that Yule Goddess. I have the Bee Queen too. I already kitted the Bee Queen up and wanted to start her last year, so I'm going to start her too. And this, I love these Satsuma Street ornaments. That smile on that cat is so cute. These are so fun. They come with all of your floss, sequins, beads, and needle, the perforated paper to stitch it on. Yeah, these are really good kits. I need to FFO my other one that I have. All right, what else do I have in here? This is a newer Mirabilia that, I mean, it's new within the last several months. I couldn't resist her either. She's pretty in pink. Look at her. Gorgeous. Ordered her from Mindy as well. She had she didn't have any specialty floss. Just, she had DMC and then a few beads. She's not that big either. 184 by 196, excuse me. So, her. And then Mindy helped me get this one together because I have been looking for this one for a while. This is an older mirror. Someday I'm going to do that mirror parade. That was to show you all my kits. This is Cassiopeia. Oh, I love her. She's beautiful. Let's see. She's not out of print, and she is MD 131. Her copyright is 2014, so she's only 10 years old. She has a lot of stuff with her. She had a pretty extensive bead pack, several water lilies, some Krynic, and some Black Whisper. You know where this Black Whisper goes. One thing I see that's black is kind of her hair, but she's beautiful. Someday. I think that's going to be pretty much all of the haul. I think that's plenty. I mean, that's like months worth of haul. So, yeah. I think that's pretty much all. I must have ordered, when I ordered that Josephine and Anne, I also had this Quaint Rose Needle Arts too. Percy Penguin. I've wanted that since it came out. I think that's so cute. Super, super cute. Okay, so that is it for haul. Now I'm going to briefly move into needlepoint. I don't have very much needlepoint left. If you very much needlepoint to go over with you, but I am going to have a new start while I'm at Disney, and I had one other new start, so I wanted to kind of show you. The other needlepoint that I started off, my first needlepoint, that Snowman, kind of fallen off on working on him because I've bought a few things that I really feel more inspired to work on than him, so he's just kind of sitting in the back. My new start is for my grandson Brooks's Christmas ornament. rainbow fish. So he loves the book Merry Christmas Rainbow Fish. I know it's not the regular rainbow fish book, it's the Merry Christmas one. And so I'm gonna stitch this, and then I'm gonna FFO it myself, and I'm gonna back it. I got a few different options of like star fabric that I ordered, because there's like glittery star, just kind of plays a part in the Merry Christmas Rainbow Fish book, and he likes the star. He likes to trace it with his finger. So anyway, I read that book to him a lot. So I've just started on this one. So I had it kitted by Penny Lynn, and they kitted it with Essentials, which is a merino silk blend. The colors are really beautiful. They also chose, what is this one? A Fireworks for his sparkly scale. So I belong to some Facebook needlepoint groups, and I went to the group because I haven't seen a lot of this particular ornament finished. It is on 18 mesh, and this is a pretty small one. Like, I think it's not even 3.5 inches. I haven't seen that many of these finished, and you see where the outline of the fins and the scales and everything. So I was kind of struggling with that. They sent black, and I think they wanted black for it. And at first I did it in a continental stitch, and I didn't like it. And then I just sort of did it in back stitch, but I think this fiber floss is too thick. So I went to the group and was just like, what do y'all think? What kind of suggestions do you have? Do you have a stitch that you would suggest, or a certain floss? And I got a lot of good feedback, so I really appreciate that. I have on a few that I'm going to be looking at that are a little bit thinner, like maybe a Glisten, I don't know, Splendor or something. Just a few thinner fibers, and I think I will stick with more like a back stitch situation, not a continental. Yeah, so I've just worked on this here and there. I know I've got like the bubbles done with the cross stitch, but I am going to put a bead on top of those bubbles, like a white bead or an opalescent bead, and I am going to use a black bead for his eye. Yeah, he's cute. So my grandson really likes Toy Story too, so that's why I've got those needle minders in there. But I really like that. The other needlepoint that I wanted to show you real quick is I'm going to be taking it with me this weekend to start it. It is an ornament of depicting Cinderella Castle for Halloween at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, which is what I'm going to be attending this weekend. So I'm going to start this on my trip. So it's all decked out in Halloween colors with fireworks. They do special fireworks for this party. And then these are the hitchhiking ghosts from the Haunted Mansion. So I'm excited to start this one. All kitted up. Let's see. I have a pretty good mix of things here. We've got some Rainbow Gallery silk lame, like for the ghosts and the fireworks. Those colors are just really spot on for this canvas. Yep. And I've got some pepper pot silks for like the castle itself. Really nice. For the background, I've got another pepper pot, just a cream. And then there is some gold in here, and this is a really pretty Krynic. What number is this? This is a number 12 Krynic. It's 3202. I don't know what color that's called, but it's gold, but it's also like, it's kind of got a multicolor in it too. It's pretty. Yeah, so I'm excited to start that. I'm going to work on it on the airplane, and probably mostly on the airplane. I don't know. I'll probably be pretty tired. I won't probably work on it that much while I'm actually in Orlando, but I'm going to get it started while I'm there this weekend. So I'm excited about that. That is all of my needlepoint I'm going to talk about today. So really, y'all, I think that's everything for right now, you know. So I'm going to Disney this weekend with my husband. The next weekend I'm in town, but we're having our 901 stitch together at Stitchers. The weekend after that, I'll be heading down to Montgomery, Alabama for the weekend second weekend of Stitching in the Wild, hosted by GaRon Stitchery. I'm going down there with my friend Christy, Salty Stitcher Designs, and I'm excited to see my friend Lisa cross by Floss. And there's going to be a lot of people there that I'm really looking forward to seeing and catching up with, and I'm excited about it. And then I will be home for a little bit, and then I'll be heading out to Oregon and then sweater weather, but I'll be back before then. Yeah. I don't know exactly what day I'm going to get back or when I'm going to be back, but I'll be back to go over all of the things. What else did I want to tell you all? I don't know. I pretty much think that's it. Yeah. If I forgot something, I'll just catch you next time, or you can come check out my Instagram or you can always ask me a question in the comment section. I love that too. Oh, I just want to say congratulations to everyone who has entered things into their fair. Our 901 Stitchers group had a lot of people that did really well at the fair this year, at our Delta Fair. Congratulations. I did not enter anything in the fair this year because the pickup date to pick up your stitching is on Monday, and we're going to be in Orlando, and I didn't want to, I couldn't think of anybody else in the world I would have asked to go to the fairgrounds in the heat and go try to pick up my stitching. And then what if something happened and it was the wrong stuff? They wouldn't know, or, you know, like anything could happen. Or what if it didn't get picked up and then something happened and they just threw my stitching away? I would die. So I just didn't enter anything in this year. But congratulations to all of my fellow 901 Stitchers that did and were successful and won beautiful ribbons. There were some beautiful, beautiful things. And far and wide, if you all have entered things into your fairs, that's amazing. It's so, it's a labor of love. You know, you stitch something, you take it to your fairgrounds, you enter it, and you have to pay to get in the fair and see it. Then you got to go back and pick it up. Like it's a whole, you know, it's a commitment, but it's a worthwhile commitment. It's something that helps boost awareness of our fiber arts and, you know, keep traditions going. And yeah, it's important. It's important. So if you feel so inclined, I would highly recommend entering things in your fair, because yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome. Hopefully next year I'll be able to do that. But yeah, congratulations to everybody who entered things in your fair and won any sort of ribbon or honorable mention, or even didn't, just because just doing it is amazing. Okay, y'all, I think that's it. Oh, also StitchCon, waitlist is open. I don't know, it's probably closed now, but the waitlist opened on yesterday. I got on the waitlist. Fingers crossed I get into weekend A of StitchCon for next year. That's what I would like to attend, weekend A, even though so many friends are also going to weekend B. So, but yeah, weekend A. I'm excited. So that's always, I can't believe it was time to already sign up for StitchCon for next year again. So fingers crossed for 2025. Okay, really, I think that's everything. I mean, how long can I just keep on going, right? So I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day or night, whichever it may be. Enjoy your stitching. Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking. Take care. Enjoy your stitching, right? And I will see y'all soon. Thanks.